What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, Boogie2988, coming at you live once again through the power of the internet. And today we're going to do something a little bit different. Today I'm going to react to a video that was produced by the Fine Brothers, the guys who have pretty much cornered the reaction market here on YouTube with their React channel. Now the reason I'm talking about this video is because a lot of people have emailed me over the last 24 hours asking me about this announcement, asking me about this trademark, and wanting me to make an opinion video about it, which I'm glad to do. It's also trending all over the place, including places like Reddit and subforums, and of course YouTubers are talking about it quite a bit. And this could impact you as someone who watches YouTube, because it could impact us the way we make YouTube. Now, a lot of people are really mad about this, and I understand why, but you know me, fair and balanced every time. We're going to look at both the good and the bad and try to figure this out together. So let's look at the video.
Hello everyone! We are very excited to bring you an announcement today.
It's a really big announcement, Ben.
Our company has grown so much over the years, and we are so grateful to have experienced this with all of you who've been with us for years, as well as new people who join the Fine family every day.
And it's because of all your support that we're now announcing this big thing that will bring us closer than ever before.
It's big. It's going to be exciting
for us to create content together. This is not only a huge step for our company, but for the entire
Well, I love the work
media
of the Fine
industry.
Brothers. Tell
Ever
me
since
more.
React first debuted over 5 years ago, we saw the impact of the series. The franchise has grown beyond our wildest imagination, and it's been humbling to see the impact it's had on the world.
We strive with React to be making episodes that will not just be interesting and entertaining now, but live on forever as a time capsule even 100 years from now, that people can look back at what various generations were saying about culture and the issues of our time.
So you're wasting your time going on the internet, going to the comments, and typing some racial slur for a Cheerios commercial.
But what has been
Okay, here's the first thing I really want to comment on. Most of what the Fine Brothers produce is just entertainment, right? Like, it's not historically relevant in any way. Some of the things that they have released has been very interesting and very historically relevant, and I think only a few of their videos will ever be released into their vault, as it were, but I do think there will be some stuff that is interesting to look at again 15, 20 years from now in whatever digital thumbstick that they use to distribute their content in the future directly into your brain. I think the stuff like the video they showed is very, very relevant and very, very interesting, and will retain its interesting aspect many years from now.
missing is how to expand React further to communities across the world, which we know for years is something all of you have wanted, and we wanted too.
We've realized that the way to make that happen is by having the people who helped React become a global phenomenon be the ones to make the shows with us, and that's all of you.
Okay, now this is a great concept, right? Like, obviously, what was going through the Fine Brothers' mind when they came up with this idea is brilliant. We want people to be able to create reaction content licensed under us using our brands, and we'll profit from it. And they could do it globally. Obviously, these guys would like to create global content in multiple languages for multiple cultures. They're not able to do that out of their base there in, I presume, LA, so they have to expand. That's obviously what they're wanting to do here, and it makes sense, obviously, in their mind.
We're excited to announce React World, which is a first-of-its-kind program that allows people and companies to license all our popular shows online, so that anyone, even you watching right now, can create your own versions in a fully legal way and be part of a new and exciting global community.
Now, here's the thing, and this is what I think a lot of people have missed. They're not talking about creating a reaction video. For example, this reaction video, which is a reaction to their video. Obviously, they would have some legal recourse to get YouTube to take it down. I guarantee that they won't. And the reason they won't is because this is clearly within fair use. And any reaction video is going to be within fair use unless it uses the Fine Brother name or one of the Fine Brother brands that they're synonymous with, like Kids React, YouTubers React, Elders React. Obviously, when you think Elders React, chances are, if you're familiar with it, you think of the Fine Brothers. I could create My Grandpa Reacts to Booty Shaking videos, but if I create Elders React to the Booty Shaking videos and make it look like a Fine Brothers video, that's when I would get in trouble. I have to go through this React World system to do that. Otherwise, I'm free to make whatever the hell I want.
In entertainment industry terms, when you create a version of a show based on someone else's format, this is called licensing, which many TV shows have done over time.
Now, this is where it gets scary.
For example, Britain's Got Talent and America's Got Talent. It's the same show format, but licensed legally to be created in other locations. So with React World, we've created a new way to license formats in the digital age.
Okay, so this is where it gets scary, and I think this went right over the head of the Fine Brothers and maybe the people they talk to it over at YouTube or whoever else. This is what I think they're seeming to miss. Obviously, if I wanted to create a Got Talent show, I have to go to the Got Talent people. I can still create a talent show. I can call it Talent Show USA, and as long as my voting system and my logos and my name and everything else, the music and everything else is relatively different, it's okay that I do that. Nobody can copyright talent shows. Nobody can trademark talent shows the same way nobody can trademark React videos. Nobody can trademark talent videos. That's not something the Fine Brothers have the capacity to do. If they try to do that, they're going to fall flat on their face. It's going to be an even worse PR disaster than this. The problem, I think what they're missing is they don't understand that this is a scary area for YouTubers to be in. As it is right now, when we are inspired by somebody else creating content, it's okay. For example, my Ask Francis series is directly inspired by Jack Douglas's Jack Ask series. I watched that content. I said I could do it with Francis and make it my own and make it interesting, so I did. Jack has seen the content. He likes it. He would have no legal recourse. Under this new system where we are trademarking and licensing concepts in the digital age, which is something we've never really done before, it's a scary world to live in. So obviously YouTubers are reacting to that. This is to the Fine Brothers if they ever see this. Obviously YouTubers are reacting to that. Obviously your audiences are reacting to that. It's a scary, scary precedent that no one wants set. Now I understand that you guys want to set it and you want to do it for what you consider to be the good of the community. Whether or not it turns out to be good is something a lot of people will need to wait and see.
Unlike in TV, where you have to pay huge amounts up front, we're providing the license with no upfront fees.
Yay.
Instead, we're sharing revenue with you after you start uploading. Along with the license, we're going to be giving you a bunch of resources to help you create the shows, make money, and get featured and promoted by us in various ways.
Now here's something that I'm excited about. Honestly, if I decide to fill out the paperwork and become a Fine Brothers making Elders Reacts videos, or I don't know if they don't have Fat Guys Reacts, but if I ever get to be on that, or YouTubers React, get YouTubers from my area, and we apply the Fine Brothers name to it and their brand to it, they will aggregate the content and help publish it. Maybe there will be a React World channel, maybe they'll put my video on there, which will then feed back to my main channel, and I'll get a chunk of the money as well. That is all reasonable. If they become like another multi-channel network, React World works like another multi-channel network, then that's great. I love that idea. If it is instead used as a weapon to destroy competition, that's when it becomes a problem. And that's the situation the Fine Brothers find themselves in now. They have to prove goodwill, which is very difficult to prove.
Find out more in the links below.
Part of why we believe this initiative is important is due to witnessing many creators, ourselves included,
Here's where he loses
having
a lot
their
of
shows
people.
and formats blatantly stolen by companies and people, both online and on television. And we implore everyone not to support those companies and channels. When you notice someone ripping someone's format off, don't stand for it.
We have been
Okay, so again, when we're talking about format, I don't know of any other YouTubers that have tried to rip off an exact format. And it's difficult to say that I've known anybody that's tried to rip off the React series. There are plenty of people doing reaction videos, but nobody's trying to make it look like a Fine Brothers video. A lot of people do response to viral videos, similar to the way Ray's Equals 3 did. But nobody tried to make it look like an Equals 3 video. I really don't know what he's talking about here. And that's where people are scared. People are scared that, well, if somebody else does a reaction show that could even conceivably compete with yours, is that the problem? Is that when you'll step in? If they're not under the Fine Brothers umbrella, is that the issue? It's difficult because not a lot of viewers, and not even a lot of YouTubers, someone as seasoned as me, can think of examples similar to what he's talking about.
creating shows online for nearly 12 years. And as YouTube and web entertainment has evolved, we've seen the supportive ethos of what so many of us pioneered start going away. As digital media has become more corporate, the spirit of wanting to do things differently than traditional Hollywood has started to dissipate. But our company has never lost that spirit.
Now, this is one of the most frustrating things that's said in the entire video, is that wanting to do things different than traditional Hollywood. This is as traditional Hollywood as you could possibly get, right? You're using the examples of television as a way to do this. The non-traditional way is it's a free-for-all. It's the Old West. We go do whatever the hell we want, and God let the viewers sort it out, and who watches what, right? Obviously, that is the system that we currently have. This is bringing that corporate media mindset into YouTube. And that's a very scary place to be. And look, we don't need bigger brands. We need smaller brands. YouTubers like me are already competing with Jimmy Fallon and Jimmy Kimmel's and the Ellen Show and Conan O'Brien and Vimeo and all this other shit. We're competing for views and we're losing, you know? And then you've got these big brand YouTubers. God love them. Jacksepticeye, Markiplier, PewDiePie. I love all of those guys, but they're hard to compete with. They're almost impossible to compete with. This brings in more of that. That brings in more corporate America, and it's scary. It's scary. It might be the way the future will be. It might turn out to be better for me if I decide to ditch this channel and work with you. It's still scary. Please understand that.
With React World, we're providing a way for people to make their own versions of our shows and do it with us. By licensing our formats and trademarks, everyone will know
the future of
that you're
entertainment,
doing this legally
everybody.
with our company's guidance.
We are so motivated for this. To know that our formats can inspire millions of people and opening that up for all of you to have the chance to do the same is as exciting as anything we have ever done before. And we look forward to the time when we can look back to this moment, to this video with all of you, knowing that this was when we all stood together, changed the way things were done, and created this first of its kind global community.
So, if you're interested in creating your own version of
Scary
any of our
times.
React formats, which if you don't, then what is wrong with you? Click.
What is wrong with me? What is wrong with me is I like what I'm doing right now. I don't really... I mean, I would like to work with you guys in some capacity, in some way. I'd love to see elders react or kids react to Francis versus Boogie, introduce the Francis character, and then introduce them to who I actually am, and see if we can talk about prejudice and weight prejudice. I would love to work with you, obviously, but I don't necessarily want to work for you.
Click the link, get the information, and sign up today. We can't wait to work with so many of you and change the world together.
Okay, so where to begin? Let's look at the good one last time. If this turns out to be a giant network where they extend the Fine Brothers name and the brands that they have created so that YouTubers like me or you can create content, have them help produce it, have them help aggregate it, help them help promote it so that you can get some of that Fine Brothers money, so you can get some of that React money, obviously that's a good thing. No one's going to have a problem with that. The problems people have is threefold, and this is stuff that the Fine Brothers have to work to convince people are not going to be problems. The first is abuse of this system. Once you've trademarked this, once you have the React trademark, once you've managed to corner this, will you use it and abuse it to shut down competitors who are what you consider to be too similar to you? Who is too similar to you? H3H3, are they too similar? Is iDubbbz too similar? Is I Hate Everything too similar? How do we know that you're not going to punish these guys? Because these guys are getting punished for their fair use content every single day. They do something similar to you, but not too similar to be within fair use or trademark infringement. But they could easily be, you guys could easily convince YouTube that that's the case, and they would be eradicated from the internet before they got to be too big. That's scary for people. Nobody wants to see that to happen to our beloved creators here on YouTube. Prove me right by not removing this video, which uses your video as the basis, okay? Secondly, people are sick of the content, the copyright abuse system here on YouTube. But let's just call it what it is. It's a system that's used to abuse people who are making videos well within fair use. Will this aggregate that problem, or will extend that problem, make it more difficult to create the kind of content that people love to watch? If that's the case, obviously people do not want that to happen. And you are taking a step in that direction. And obviously, and I hate to say this about the Fine Brothers because they're not enemies I ever want to have, but obviously some of this seems hypocritical to a lot of people. A lot of people feel that, you know, you want a chunk of this money. You want 30%, I think it was 30%, I'm not sure if that figure is correct, but you want a percentage of this money, but you're not paying the people whose videos you put in the Fine Brothers entertainment. I don't know if that's true. I've never been in the Fine Brothers video. I've never had them show one of my videos off. I don't know if a check gets cut, but that's something I've read. Other people are afraid that it's hypocritical because you are trying to force a trademark that existed long before you guys ever created content. You've been creating videos for 12 years. Well, I love the 80s and 90s. That was on before. Beavis and Butthead was on in the 80s. They were reacting to things and animating it. That's exactly what you do. The precedence has been set. This trademark isn't yours if it is under the umbrella of reaction. You know, I'm inclined to trust the Fine Brothers here, and I really do want to trust them. But at the end of the day, they're talking about changing the world, and we internet citizens have had enough fucking change. We're tired of it. We like things as it is. This may turn out to be a good thing, and I really hope that it does, but the proof of the burden lands on the Fine brothers, and they have to get this right. Because if they don't, there's going to be hell to pay for all of us, man, and nobody wants to pay this particular bill, and that's why people are mad. So, I don't know, man. That's my opinion. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys have your own opinions, and you'll leave it in the comments section below. I always love reading that. Guys, thanks for watching. I love you very much. I'll speak with you again soon. I can't wait to see your reactions to this reaction to the React video.